Hi guys, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel, or whichever one. So yeah, before I continue with the video, I want to warn you guys. I was looking for the best lighting in the house. The whole rooms, I was looking for it, and I only found it here. But unfortunately, my neighbor has chickens. You know, chickens. So the whole video, you guys are gonna be hearing kurukuku, kurukuku. So I don't want you guys to focus on the kurukuku. The kurukuku doesn't matter at this point. We are here for the video. So yes, welcome back to my channel. For my old subscribers, you know, my oldies, the people who've been there for me ever since the beginning, welcome you guys. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for your love, your support for this channel has been greatly appreciated. And for the new subscribers, you know, the people who haven't been here for long as well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining the family. I hope we can grow together. And yeah, I don't normally do these sit downs, you know. I'm more of an actor. I want to act out a character whenever I'm shooting something. This sitting down and talking, the English, this is where we get to learn if you really completed your grade 12 or it was a lie. It's here. But anyways, yeah, this is a Q&A. I asked you guys a few questions on, on the platform Instagram, IG. And then you guys came through with a lot of questions. And I kind of chose a few of those that I'm going to answer. But anyways, I appreciate the people who came through with the questions, and this is just a get to know me type of Q&A. So yeah, these chickens. Here is a chicken, and then there's a dog. Oh, everything is just there. My neighbor, at this point, the other time, she had a goat. You know, I woke up one morning and it's just bah, bah, and I'm like, am I at the village? I was confused for a good 2 minutes. That's when I went to go do this in her yard. You know, just when I saw a sheep, and I'm like, ah. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is the Q&A. So guys, welcome to my channel. So we're gonna get to know me a bit via the Q&A, and I have my laptop here, my PC. That's where I send the questions, or where I'll be reading them from and then answering. And you guys, you people, some of you people, when you are asking your questions, I'm just wondering, what is going on? What happens there, up there? But anyways, this is gonna be fun, I'm sure. And I'm gonna all right, sure, here we go. So the first few questions were just about, you know, what are my real names? Is Hazel my real name, and all those things? So I'm just gonna combine them. And the good thing about these questions is I'm not gonna be revealing anybody's information as to. So yeah, we are gonna keep it confidential. We're not gonna mention people's name and say, no, Hazel is the one who asked these questions, or this question is coming from who. No, we're gonna keep it random. And you know, I'm not gonna ask in a specific order. Also, I'm just gonna go about it. You know, yeah. So the first one was more relating to my name, and it was asked a couple of times. What are my names, or my name? So my name is my Oshiherero name is Kamadembwa Kaeko. Put forward. That's like my full name, Kamadembwa Kaeko put forward. And then comes the well-known name now, also known as Hazel. So Hazel is also my name, given by my mom, but it's not like on my identification document or something, but it's still my name. It's the easiest one to pronounce. When I give people my name, Kamadembwa, they tend to do the most with it. And yeah, so just call me Hazel. If you cannot say Kamadembwa, just say Hazel. Don't go around and say Kamazembwa. No, it's Kamadembwa. Dembwa. Yeah, so that was one of the first questions. So moving on is, how old am I? So guys, a lady never tells their age, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys. So there's also a question regarding my birthday. So I was born on the 14th of August. The year was 1998. So I'm a born free. Mind you, I was born after independence. I'm a born free, but I'm not a 2000. I'm nicely there. So yes, I was born in 98. So you guys want to know, if somebody is born in 98, how old they will be turning. I cannot be giving you all my information on a silver plate. You also have to work for it. So if I tell you I'm born in 1998, what do? You take the year we are in, and you minus 1998 to it, and then you get my age. Yes. So yes, I was born on the 14th of August, 1998. So my birthday is in August. Those ones that we're asking. So, we go to what do you do in your free time? So these are things like hobbies and all those things. So, few people also ask that questions like here and there a couple of times. So I would say my hobbies or those things I do in my free time, besides acting now and creating videos, I would say I love reading. I have a couple of books that I read here and there. I'm um, I'm I'm a firm believer in reading. I believe that reading leads to knowledge. If you want to know a lot in life, you gotta read. You gotta keep sharpening the brain or whatever you say. Yeah, so I read. What else do I do? I like cooking, but by force. I have to cook because if I'm home and the people have to come from work and school or whatever, they have to come find food there. So when I'm being told cook, I get angry in the moment when I'm being told cook. But once I start cooking, when I'm there by the pot, the vibe gets in. I start imagining I'm Chef Ramsay or Chef Who, and I start talking to myself. Ooh, okay, and then we're gonna add the spice, and so I do those type of things. It's one of the things I really enjoy doing. Another thing I like doing as a hobby will be sleeping. I really love sleeping, and the people at my house or the people who stays with me, they can testify to that I love my sleep. I don't want to be disturbed. That's how I deal with most of the things in my life. If I feel like it's a bit overwhelming, I am going to sleep. Yes. So what I mean, my hobbies are really a lot, man. I don't really like clubbing or going out with a lot of people. It's a thing I like enjoying with only the closest people to me. But just in the blue, Bagahama Pomolambo, Pombahama, just sitting alone, those type of things I don't do. But I do like going out with, you know, the right people or my people, as they say. Pick your people and stick to them. Shippy! Yeah, and stick to them. Oh, that's so the chickens, they be doing the most. But yeah, so those were hobbies and things I like. Okay, so let's try to move to another, yeah. Okay, why did I start making comedy videos? Or what inspired me to start making comedy videos? So basically, I've always been a fun person to be around. I would crack jokes, but many people who stays with me or who, in my circle say, apparently I crack a joke but with a straight face. Like I can say something very funny but I have a straight face, and that always gets them confused. But they can testify that I've always been somebody who can say a joke here and there. So I've always been a funny person. But growing up, because of bullying and all those things, I was a reserved type of kid. I was in between. I would always just try to keep it to myself. So only the people that were closest to me would know that I'm funny, or in a way I sarcastic, or crack jokes here and there. But I feel like as I grew up, I became a bit confident. I got into myself, and grew into the person I was supposed to be or I'm meant to be. And then the confidence, once the confidence came, I picked up a phone one day, switched on my camera, put on a camera and then video, and I shot a video. My first video, I remember it was in 2019. That's when I shot my first video. Even when you follow my page, right, my channel, when you go under, you will see my first videos were during that year. That's when I just took a video and I'm like, what if I imitated Sally? I know that Sally's like to do this. What if I try to do this and this and this? That's how it started. And that's the days when social media started to be, enjoyable and all those things. And then after that, shortly after that, Corona started, COVID-19 started, and I took that also. I remember I went to the village. I took that as an opportunity to entertain people. So my aim was to entertain people because I knew that during COVID it was very hard for people. People were indoors. There was nothing to do. I started it when I started it, it was just as a way of entertaining people. I didn't know it was gonna grow up to this point, and I also didn't do it for money or fame or none of those things. But unfortunately, those are the things that comes with it. But yeah, so that's the thing. What inspired me was just, I wanted to put it out there how, and to inform people how we were brought up and all those things. And yeah, so yes, another question also that's relating with videos and those things is how do I come up with my ideas? Yes, so I'm a writer. I like to note down. I'm a noter. Yeah, they say noter. I'm a noter. So I have a notebook here, I have a notebook here. This is where I note all my ideas. So most of my ideas are from when we were growing up or how we were brought up, those things, they just come out of my mind, and I'm like, yeah man, I remember this time when my mom said this to me. Then I'll take a pen and just note it down and note it down. And sometimes somebody can just say something to me, or I can be visiting one of my aunts, and then I'm sitting there, and then the kid is doing some weird nonsense, and my aunt scream at the kid, and I'm like, nice. And then I would have my phone was by me, and then I just take my phone, type in the idea. When I come home, quickly put it in my notebook. So I'm a noter. I come up with my ideas mostly relating to how I was brought up, or things that our mothers used to say, or aunties, or whatever. And sometimes inspiration comes to me in the most unexpected ways. I can be visiting an aunt, I can be doing this and this, and then boom, it comes out like that, and then I shoot a video. Yes, that's how I get my inspiration. Okay, what is the biggest compliment you can give someone? Okay, so the biggest compliment I believe one can give to a person is if you see somebody who is struggling, and you can see they have really picked themselves up and they are in a better place, you can just go to them and be like, I am really proud of you. That sentence says a lot. Even those people that comes in my DMs and go like, I am really proud of you, out of the blue, I am really proud of you. Your videos are doing the most. That sentence, I feel like I'm proud of you. That sentence carries a bigger meaning than we know. Like, it gives a person the courage to continue whatever they are doing. If you tell me I'm proud of you while I'm drinking beer, I'm gonna continue drinking the beer until I finish the bottle. But if you find me doing something and you're like, I'm proud of you, I'm gonna continue. If you find somebody trying to complete their degree and you're like, I'm proud of you, they're gonna continue pushing until they finish the degree or something. So that sentence, I'm proud of you, I would say that's the biggest compliment one can give to another person. Yes. Okay, so there's this one killed me. It was asked a couple of times, and I know very well also it's not the first time it was asked. People just come in my DMs and ask randomly. So people go like, are you a boy or a girl? Guys, am I really that confusing, or are you people blind? I honestly do not know how to say this. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into it, but people, some of the things are very unnecessary. You can see, sometimes you see something, it's white, but you still want to argue and you go, it's black. It's so obvious what I am, right? But for the sake of agreeing to disagree, I would just, I will give you guys the benefit of a doubt and say you really don't know what I am. So to answer your question, I am a girl. I am a girl. I'm a girl. That's that. Do you have a child? Oh, so guys, there's this little baby girl that I like showing in my videos or on my stories most of the time, and I'll be like, oh, my baby this, oh, my baby, oh, I'm proud of my baby is doing this, and you people get confused and say it's my kid. So to answer all your questions, or your question is, I don't have a child of my own, but I have a lot of kids. What does this say? I have my sister's kids, my mom's kids, which are my siblings, are my kids, and the little kid that you guys see in most of my stories, that's my little cousin, my uncle's daughter. Yes, so it's not my baby. So I don't have a child, unfortunately, but I am blessed with a lot of kids, and yeah. Yes, that's that. So let's try to move to the next. Is where are you from, or where do you live? So currently I am in Windhoek, right? I am in Commerce region, the biggest region of them all, the city. I'm in the big city, trying to hustle my way out of it. But I am originally from Omaheke region, Hobbies. That's where I schooled from grade 1 to 12. I was there. I was in Omaheke region. I was at a school called Hippo Primary School. It's more of a hostel. That's where I started my grade 1 to 7. And I completed it there, and then I came to Hobbies, Veni Duplessis. That's where I completed my grade 8 to 12. I graduated my grade 12 there, my matric, and whatever you want to call it. And after that, it's when I came to Windhoek to come try and see what it's all about. What is it? What? So yes, so I am from Omaheke region, specifically Oshinene, and also Okonjatu. Those are my places. Those where my people come from. My ancestors and my ancestors. But growing up, I grew up in Aminus on a farm. not a village. There's a difference. People tend to argue, no, what's the difference? There's a difference between a farm and a village. A farm is more private type of place. A village, there are a lot of communities in a village, like a lot of place. I mean, people live in a village as opposed to the farm. So yes, I grew up on a farm, so I was more reserved. Like I said, it's more of a private setting. So I grew up on a farm in Aminus, that side of. I don't even. But I know a lot of people come from Aminus. So Komundambo wo Homut, that side, farm Cameroon. There's a farm called Cameroon. That's where I grew up with my grandparents. And yeah, but I come from Omaheke region. I'm currently in commerce. So that's all you need to know. Okay. What else? Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Sorry, the computer is freezing. I don't know what's happening. How do you handle and overcome challenges or setbacks? Okay, those happen a lot in life. There are a lot of challenges and things that just set you back in life, and it's very hard to deal with them sometimes. And it's easier to just say, I give up. Giving up, it's the most easiest choice, isn't it? But one way I deal with challenges is sleep. I know a lot of people can relate that. Can relate to that and say, yeah, I sleep when I'm stressed, when I sleep, but I know that when I wake up, the problem is still gonna be there. So what is it that I do? What I do is just remind me the reason why I started that thing. I can start something today and it fails tomorrow. And then I'll be like, but there's a reason I started. I started this because I want to get to where and here and there. So that reason is what gives me the motivation to really not give up. There was a point in life where I thought, I've been doing YouTube for years, but I'm still not paid yet. Why? And I gave up. There was a time that fluctuated, the line just went flat. I wasn't doing anything at all. There was no movement. I was not doing anything on my YouTube channel. And then after a few years, I came back and I'm like, but there was a reason I started this. Remember when I said, when you guys asked me what inspired me to start comedy videos, it was nothing to do with YouTube paying me. And I had forgotten that reason. I was mostly just focused on YouTube needs to pay me, YouTube needs to pay me. And I forgot that you started this for the sake of the people, to entertain people, for the love of the people. It was nothing to do with, money and all that. But why you focused on YouTube paying you now? YouTube will still pay you, and that would be an added blessing or advantage to you, but your main point was to entertain people. So why don't you continue doing that? So I always go back to the the reason as to why I started something. That's one of the I don't know if I answered that question correctly, but that's just how I deal with things. I go back to the reason as to, okay, I got a setback. Okay, it's a challenge. Okay, what can I do? What can I, why did I start this thing? Why do I need to continue? Just use the brain. When the emotions are hard and you cannot deal with it anymore, you go back to the brain and you think logically and you're like, okay, my brain, think of a way so that we get out of this challenge or the setback. What can we do? What, those type of things. Yes. What is a memorable experience that shaped who you are today? Memorable experience that shaped me. Okay, so I would just say, I don't know. I like to believe that I'm a survivor. Whatever environment you put me in, I'm going to survive because there's no other choice. And what really formed me or created that personality in me, I would say it's the hostel. Living in the hostel life now taught me that. I was in the hostel from grade 1 to 12. So I would say that's one of the experiences that shaped who I am today. You understand? I'm more of a... So when you're put in a hostel type of situation, there is nothing else you can do but to adapt. Adapt and survive is the only way. You cannot... you people who went day school, dag school in Afrikaans, day school, ne? If I'm bullied at school, tomorrow I can decide to sleep at home and I'm not going and pretend I'm sick. But hostel, ne? The moment you say I am sick, that matrone will come The matrone will come and can feel you, but you are not sick, my child. Stand up and go to school. You will go to school. So it's an adapting environment. You adapt and survive. So I would say that the hostel is one of the most experience that shaped me to be who I am. Whatever situation, whatever environment you throw me in, I just have to adapt and survive because there's no other way. That's just the way the hostel brought us up or whatever. I'm sure a lot of people who went to the hostel can relate to this. Yes, so guys, the questions are really a lot, man. They are a lot, and I don't know if we can finish all of them today or if we need to do a part 2 or some sort of other thing, but let me just answer a few ones before we conclude this. So another one was, do you find me oh, somebody asked me, do you find me attractive? Who's this? I cannot see. Okay, so to the person who asked this, you know yourself. You asked if I found you attractive. Sure, I find you attractive. Ay. Okay, so what is my biggest fear? What is my biggest fear? So we are all afraid of things. I can say I'm afraid of height, I'm afraid of snakes, height phobia, water phobia, a lot of phobias, man. But one thing, if we have to speak now in a logical way, I would say I'm afraid of disappointing people. So that's one of the things I fear the most. I feel like a lot of people look up to me and they are inspired by me, be it my family members, parents, friends, fans and those things. So failing to deliver or failing basically makes me vulnerable and makes me feel like if I do this to the people that, believe in me, it's like that's one of the things. Yeah, I would say that's one of my fear. My fear is I fear to disappoint people. Let me put it in that way. Disappointing people. It's really. So we come to the big questions of what is my take on relationship? Am I single? Am I taken? So I think that will be the last question I'm gonna, just comment on and say and answer and all those things and see what we can do. So have I been in a relationship? So yes, guys, growing up, I was a child who didn't care about dating at all. And the people who I went to school with can relate to that. I was never into dating. It was not my scene at all. Hey guys, and my first relationship showed me flame, and I got in my first relationship when I was 22. A whole 22-year-old is when I got in my first relationship, and it showed, it's 21 man, 21, and it showed me flames. So I was in a relationship, yes. Am I in a relationship? So my first relationship that I was in, the people who have been following me from the get-go know I was even posting the person, doing the most, where you take the person's picture and you put it on your timeline, like in your post, one of your posts, not on your stories, in your post, and then you write a long paragraph about the person. I was in that sort of relationship. But to answer your question as to now am I in a relationship, I'm at a point in life where I'm like, even if I'm in a relationship, you guys are not gonna know. Those that eventually figure out that I'm in a relationship, good for you guys. But those that don't know, let's just leave it as it is. Am I in a relationship is the question. What do you guys think? Comment in the comment below. Do you guys think I'm in a relationship? No. So what is my take on relationships? So nowadays I feel like relationships are just shallow. People are just shallow. They just want to date for the sake of dating, not knowing that there is more to a relationship. You understand? I like to believe myself as a deep person. So I always want those type of deep relationships. Somebody who understands me, somebody who I understand, somebody who wants a future stuff. You know, nowadays people just want to, in the meantime type of thing, they want to situationship you. But you found me out of the blue doing the things I was doing. Now you want to put me in a situationship so that I stress every day. But anyway, so my take on relationships nowadays is they are just too shallow, superficial, waste of time. But then you find those ones that really are there, and you're just like, this is love. These two people have found each other and they are really in love, and I really suffer well. Yes, but I've come to a point in life where I understood that love is not for me. Love is for me. I have family members who love me, friends who love me, friends who love me, but love is not for me. Maybe I was just born to suffer well, and it's also okay. You know, when you read the Bible, there are fishermen, there are those people who used to make shoes. I don't know what they were. They are carpenters. Like, everybody in the Bible had their duties, you know. So I like to believe myself as a Sabawell person. Maybe I was just meant to go like, oh, these two are cute. Oh, life is so beautiful. Oh, maybe that's my point in life. But I don't know what can happen tomorrow. I can be in a relationship tomorrow and then the next day I get married. You never know what happens. That's the thing. The good thing about tomorrow is it can surprise you in the best way possible. So I like to be hopeful about what can happen in the future. But at the moment, I just want to believe I'm a Sabawell person because love. Besides, we're in the love month, so before the 14th, I might get somebody and they'll be like, you know, yeah. So yes, that would be all for today. I don't know if I answered most of your questions correctly or the way you wanted it, but the DMs are always open, and the comments, they are gonna be flooding with comments. You can comment below on something you think I didn't answer correctly, and then I can come there and answer. But other than that, I want to appreciate the people that participated, and the ones I didn't get to answer your questions, I'm very sorry. It's just time, we need to summarize the video and not make it too long. It's going to be longer than most of my videos that I've made, obviously, but I try to answer I try to answer as much as possible, and I try to keep the English to my grade 12 level, because Sebana English and me, we are not best friends at all. I never said I was perfect in English, because English doesn't like me. Although I love it, it does not like me at all, but I tried. And yeah, thank you very much to the people that participated. I hope this video did the most. And yeah, don't forget to comment, to like the video, to share with the friends, and most importantly, to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much. Hazel is out. I am out. Bye guys. Bye.